Smoking hot coffee. Smoking hot coffee. Smoking hot coffee.
Hello everybody, my name is Amol Patel. You're watching the Smoking Hot Coffee. I'm coming to you from sunny Los Angeles. This is Smoking Hot Coffee. We cover startups, marketing, design, monetization. I'm joined with...
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Pelton. I'm down here in sunny San Diego. It's a nice turn of weather here.
It is. It's a beautiful day, and this is if you can reach Jeff at Comster, and you can reach me at Amol_Patel. So let's go ahead and start the timer. I'm trying to stay good about staying on top of the show. Jeff, nice, lovely, sunny day, and we're indoors recording the show for all you guys out there.
Yeah, we're sitting inside. Could be sitting outside, but we enjoy doing the show and talking about startups. So, what do you want to start with today, Amol?
Well, we can talk about the news. If there's anything in the internet culture, startup culture, we can talk about.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. All right.
You got?
So, let's cover.
What do we have? Code.org, right?
Yes. Let's cover code.org.
This went all over the web yesterday, all over my feed. A lot of people posting messages about this.
And I've turned it down, but we got will.i.am here, and we got this guy from Dropbox, and I think they even had they got Bill Gates on here. I'm sure they even would have possibly even gotten Steve if he was still around.
Red square appear on the screen.
He's just trying to make
something. You got the sports guy from Miami Heat, basketball dude that used to code. Like, whoa.
Jack Dorsey is in here too, of Twitter and Square.
We got the Zuck.
The Zuck.
He looks pretty fucking happy. We got this guy from Valve.
Valve, amazing company, games, right?
Yep.
Great coders are today's rock stars.
I like the way it ends. Today's coders are, today's rock stars. So it's very cool. It's an awesome campaign. It just basically highlights the power and the pervation of computers in modern day life now. And I've been singing this tune for years and years. I'll tell anybody who's willing to listen they should learn how to code.
Yeah, I keep trying to tell my friends it's nice to see this powerful team right here, code.org, telling us all. I like how will.i.am opens it in one of them where he says, we're all using, cell phones and all this stuff every day to communicate and to do our banking. We rely on it, but how many of us really know how to program anything more than our microwave?
Yeah, and this also hints back to the whole maker culture and the whole DIY thing, and the more we get to tinker with this stuff, it pains me to think that I don't know how many iPods and iPhones that I've grown out of that I've upgraded and they're just sitting there. I need to pop these things open and tweak it and connect it to my toilet. So every time I flush, maybe it plays a little animation of a poop going down a drain or something. Fun things like that. We're running out of time. 23 seconds. Jeff, final words.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great that they're trying to glamorize and put more focus on programming. The other video clip I watched, they were interviewing some kids where they said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you got firemen and all the regular things, doctor, lawyer type stuff. And when they said, hey, what do you think about being a computer programmer? The kids they showed at least were like, what is that? Yeah. So it's nice to at least put it into the put it out there that computer programming is something that, it really touches like every industry too, which is the other interesting thing. You can go into Hollywood, you can go into New York, you can do like almost any industry requires programming.
Yeah,
so
it does require programming.
It's a powerful tool that more people should be able to take advantage of.
Yeah, and software is, as Mark Anderson said a while back, is indeed eating the world. If anybody wants to know what the reference is, look it up online. Just type "software is eating the world," and you'll see that. So here I'm going to start again. We're back to 3-minute time clock. The first up is Flattr. I also like the fact that this has a nice little ring sound, so that keeps us honest, right? Jeff, I lost you. Pause. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. Skype crash. We're setting our clock. First up is Flattr, social micropayments. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but this is another micropayment scheme. I don't know how these guys are better or different than PayPal, but micropayments has been something that entrepreneurs and startups have been trying to get for years and years, and the internet's littered with a lot of these kind of schemes of doing small payments, small little wallets where I can give 20 cents, 15 cents a quarter for something. Hasn't taken off. The closest we've ever gotten to it, in my opinion, is the Apple iPhone, the iTunes store, where you can pay 99 cents for something, and to scale, to millions and millions of people that are using it.
Yeah.
And what do you think, Jeff? You think Flattr's got a shot of getting that online on the web?
Yeah, so let me. Flattr is not brand new, but they're still kind of growing, I think, making their way into people's mainstream. You're starting to see this Flattr button that you've got on the page there all over the web. The idea is that you can put that Flattr button pretty much anywhere you have a like button. So if you have a blog post, so your readers, your viewers could click the Flattr button in appreciation of your content that you've created, whether that be a blog post, a photo, or something more complex like your entire website. What happens is from what I can understand, the way it works is to participate in Flattr, you're paying monthly like $10 a month, or maybe it's like $8. There's a conversion from euros, I think. And at the end of the month, it's divvying up everyone you gave a Flattr to and giving them a piece of your $10 or $8 or whatever.
Your account, yeah.
Yeah. So it's splitting it up for you, so it's kind of making it a little bit magical.
Okay.
Where you don't have to, worry about the exact math.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It needs to be one click, and it needs to be super simple. And it looks like they're trying to do that. And there's a ton of creative professionals out there, musicians, amateur, prosumer type folks, filmmakers, photographers, bloggers, and they would love to be supported, and they don't want to reach for their wallet to do PayPal. If they can just click here and give like a dollar or 15 cents or whatever it is, it could really change the economics for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, something like this is really important because they're trying to figure out a way for people to make money off of things like SoundCloud and whatever without having to pay $5 for the whole album. In a way that, so I think the guys that created this actually came out of the Pirate Bay. Okay. And so they're looking at the problem, which is what I really appreciate. And I think the fact that they've been around for so long means they have survival odds. And hopefully more people will start using this when they realize how easy it is. Right. And again, with our community, the early adopters, I think we see this the most with the early startup entrepreneurs and, people who are like bloggers and developers and designers.
Gotcha. All right, so that's our clock. Let's go back and let's rate it. So from a design perspective, we didn't really get a chance to explore the design that much, but it looked pretty nice to me. I give it a 4. Originality, it's not terribly original. We've seen a lot of these micropayments out there.
No, I think if you look at how they're actually executing, though, this is very, very original. The way that they simplify it down where you're not actually paying them 99 cents per Flattr click, it kind of like divvies it up for you in the background.
I see.
The way that I think you mentioned, it has they put a quote in their video about like many streams converging into one, or something like that. There's some sort of Swedish ethos, I think, that is sort of driving the nature of this, and so it's a little bit different than the typical micropayment systems that we've been seeing that are like a real direct monetary exchange. This is more of a social movement, I think.
I got you.
For donation.
Okay, so maybe if they come up with some sort of set account or wallet and you kind of give out of this own wallet, I can kind of see that a little bit. Survival, I would have loved to have seen some big artists, some large creative brands, some big movie studios behind this somehow, and to drive their Flattr platform. I'm not seeing that, so I give these guys a 3. If not, maybe they'll just keep it DIY and grassroots and just stick it out long enough to build it up. So I give it a 3 for marketing. So yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I think that it's great for techie early adopters. We'd love to see some big creative leaders adopting it and pushing it forward. I'm definitely realizing that I need to spend more time focusing on this, or maybe add some Flattr buttons to my websites.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I pretty much just
because the reason that this comes up, actually, and we've talked about this in the past, like websites that get shut down, and you're like, hey, people were using that. If they had the opportunity to pay for it, would they still shut down the website? How many websites have we seen shut down like that?
That's very good. It could definitely.
So what if they had Flattr buttons? Yeah. If they say, hey, we're going to shut down the website in a month.
Yeah.
Unless you guys choose that, if you're still using it, click the Flattr button and we can keep it going.
Right. You're absolutely right. Every block, and there's a couple of other services that have shut down. Maybe they should have tried this. All right,
Yep.
so let's
So we're
move
looking
on.
for services like this that can kind of fill that gap of the microfunding. for-
Gotcha. So next up is beginner.org. What a great domain name. Wow. Beginner.org. One word. Amazing. Learn how to
Good.
code with a private programming tutor. This is awesome.
So this
I love the
ties
fact
right
that they have
into
a-
code.org, right?
I love that the fact that they have a private tutor. I love that. I love the fact that this isn't another tutoring, another coding site where you're kind of just left to your own devices and you got to watch a video and you've got to just figure it out. They actually assign a tutor. I love that, and it's one-on-one. I think this is really great. This is a nice little sort of a high-touch feel to the current crop of coding, learn how to code in the browser websites. So we're seeing that. We see a large image or a graphic of a desktop, a screen grab. And there's a Skype call, and then there's looks like terminals open, and he's doing some coding, I guess. Then it says how it works. We match beginners who want to learn how to build their own apps from scratch with experienced programming tutors who can help them get there. We handle all the scheduling and payment. Once training is scheduled, you and your tutor will pair up online at a designated time using Skype video chat and Screen Hero. Oh, that's interesting.
Notice we've covered Screen Hero on,
Yeah, we
on
did
one of
cover
our,
Screen
like our
Hero.
first
That's very
week or
cool.
so.
Yeah, here we go. They're using two different products to build their startup around. Why private tutors programming isn't easy to learn. Yes, I agree. Getting through the beginner stage on your own is so challenging that many simply give up. I completely agree with this. Having a private tutor to guide you through explain concepts in real time is simply a better way to overcome the hurdles that so many self-learners.
So let me jump in right there. That actually, I think in the longer video of code.org, they mentioned that there's this. People think that programmers are inherently like genius, smart people, and sort of that rock star term has kind of like been misused a lot in the past few years. But what they say though is that like actually the only thing you need to be a successful programmer is like determination to get through the bugs, to get through the hump.
Yeah, that's all.
Like,
It just takes tenacity and determination.
yeah,
Absolutely.
And they sometimes also think that there's like a massive body of knowledge you have to know before going into programming,
Which
but
is not true.
that's not really true either.
that's
I
not
mean,
true.
there are like difficult things to set up, right? Like
Right.
setting up a web server, setting up PHP or Ruby or Perl can be annoying, right? Setting up your development environment. But that's where this comes in play, right? I think if you're persistent enough and if you have someone helping you, that's certainly what I always said when I worked in an office with other engineers was like, hey, before you go like banging your head, just like turn and ask, like say, hey, have you run into this problem before? And you can save yourself like half an hour, an hour of time.
I totally agree. So right below the kind of banner and this information, they have get started now, and they've got kind of a lead gen form here, and you've got your name and email. What specific language framework are you trying to learn? Then they actually schedule sessions with your tutor and all of that stuff. And I love the fact that they actually have a form here to fill out, and I don't have to click somewhere to get to it. It literally is right below all this stuff. I would have liked to have seen maybe a video, some other sort of testimonials. I would have loved to have seen that, but we've ran out of time on this one, and let's go back and rate this. Design-wise, I give it a I kind of want to give it a 4, but I give it a 3. I think it needs more work. It's a little bit sparse. But originality, I give it a 3 because I've seen this in other verticals. Survival, I don't know enough to see if these guys have a good budget to do the cost per click or the word of mouth. Same thing with marketing. I'd love to see them some brand partners, some ways of they're getting some traffic. Maybe a joint venture with a bunch of other sites. Maybe some sort of affiliate network. I'd love to see more of that.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. We all have been looking for e-learning solutions. Picking a vertical like programming is awesome because like why hasn't this been done sooner? I think being in the development engineering space, we see a lot of the internet is dedicated to engineering and internet, right? It's like self-referential because you have all these early adopters. So it's almost surprising that this hasn't been done yet. Like I know we've got a lot of text-based tutorials and learning, like Treehouse and Lynda and that type of stuff. But this is like really nailing it with just connecting you with someone over Skype.
Yeah, connecting with a human being. I love that. I love the fact that it's technology and human. You can't lose the human element. And I think a lot of people do start watching these videos and they get a little overwhelmed. They try it and some of them do kind of quit. I know it's happened to me where I've gotten stuck and I'm like, fuck. What do I do next? And yeah, I can go on these freelancing sites and hire somebody to teach me how to figure this stuff out. And in fact, I've even put up requests to do exactly that. But
I wonder if there might be a hybrid of like evolution down the road of this is like real-time education, live, like a live on demand.
On demand.
But what about recording it, right? The power of the Khan Academy.
I think
he was doing this with his cousin, and then he the time difference. He's like, I'll just record it and send it. You can watch it on your own time.
I completely agree.
So
I think a hybrid of this.
There's advantages to both, though, right?
Absolutely, I think a hybrid of this could totally work. I think if this is essentially in a way it could turn into like how when people get stuck and there's a forum, maybe a person that's getting stuck is getting live sort of responses, and he can record all this, so it's more than just a text forum. They're almost like video forums and video sort of answers. So there's many ways to slice this, but I think that's the end of our show today, Jeff. How do we do? I think we're 10 minutes, maybe. I don't know. 15 minutes. Oh, I lost Jeff. I don't know why Skype's been acting very strange for me today, but thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.